Shabbat Shalom. This is Rabbi Cat from Beit Tikkun, a synagogue without walls. This week we read Parsha Bemidbar, a rather tediously slow, and one might even say boring Parsha, in which God commands Moses to take a census of adult males. Unlike a census taken in the US, where the only information sought is the number of people in a house or living on the streets, in the Torah, God commands Moses to take an accounting of each male, listing everyone's name head by head. Why is this important? One of the foundations of Jewish theology is that each person matters. The Mishnah teaches that while every person is stamped with the seal of the first human being, not one of them is similar to another. In other words, every single person is unique and special. Never before has there been a human being like you, and never again will there be. Therefore, the Mishnah continues, each person is obligated to say that the world was created for me. Now we could understand this as kind of like an ego trip to mean something such as I'm so special and all that matters. Rather, what this teaching implies is that each person is important and matters, and has a role to play in the healing and repairing of the world. If one person's life is lost, something extremely unique and precious is lost, and that is tragic. The Parsha not only counts the individuals, but also counts them by their tribes. Each person is part of a community, and their lives impact the members of their community and beyond as connections and relationships grow and expand. Rabbi Joseph Soloveitchik writes that each individual contributes something that no one else can contribute to their community. On some fundamental level, each person is irreplaceable. He explains that to recognize a person is to affirm that they are irreplaceable, whereas to harm or disregard a person tells them that they are expendable. There is no need for them. On June 6th, an Israeli bomb at a UN school where displaced Palestinians were living killed at least 35 people. Every day we hear stories about the number of Palestinians killed in Gaza and sometimes in the West Bank as well. The total numbers are so huge, over 35,000, that is unfathomable and almost impossible to comprehend or contextualize. If we only count the numbers, we easily lose sight of the loss of actual human lives. The brother and sister playing in the rubble, the mother nursing her baby, the father trying to find food for his family, the doctor finally getting rest after hours and hours of saving lives, the teacher who taught and comforted terrified students, the journalist whose camera shared the faces of those we would have otherwise never seen, the poet who captured the hearts and souls of people through their words. Yet we do not know or say their names. Do we take their lives and the impact of the loss of their lives into our hearts and souls? Since October 7, as Israelis and many Jews and Jewish communities throughout the world have named the killed and missing Israelis and posted posters of those still missing today. At Passover Seders, they set up tables with missing places for the hostages. Some communities leave empty seats at graduations, weddings, services, and other events to capture and make more real the loss of people's lives and the impact of that loss on the larger community. This is a very important and powerful act of acknowledgement and recognition that their lives matter, that they are irreplaceable. When I attended a vigil for the 140 Palestinian journalists killed by Israel, they read the names of every single person, one by one. It was one of the most sacred actions I have attended. The message was that their lives matter, and they are irreplaceable. I am left wondering what would happen if we all took time to actually name the names, one by one, as if we were engaging in a census of all the lives lost on and since October 7th. How might doing so impact our hearts and souls? Might the separation between us and them, the othering we so easily fall into, break down? Might such an act help us turn towards one another in our grief and pain, and see that every person matters and every person is irreplaceable. As long as we refuse to see the individuality and humanity of another, to see each person's preciousness, to realize that God cries every time one of God's creations is killed, I fear we will continue to hate, demean, attack, and slaughter one another. May this Parsha help us see that each one of us is a gift from divine source, and that every single person matters, regardless of one's race, religion, gender, age, socioeconomic status, or any other identifiable features or status. May your Shabbat be restful and nourishing, and may you see the humanity in yourself and in all others. Shabbat Shalom.